Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jeffrey Epstein Show. I'm your host, Bobbycapucci, and this is some breaking news. All right, folks, so the news is coming fast and furious, right? We've discussed that. It's mainly been centered on Ghislaine Maxwell and Prince Andrew. Well, today, the Daily Mail is reporting that Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton both stayed at the Zorro, New Mexico ranch of the pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Now, mind you, folks, this is being reported in the English press. Where is the American press? Why is the American press not all over this? All right? Every single time you click on Google now, they're talking about that silly Donald Trump nonsense. Look, I don't want to sound like I defend the guy because I really don't care. I'm ambivalent to the whole entire thing at this point. There's no different. All these presidents are, no matter what letter is next to them, they're just like an intern according to the intelligence agencies. They come and they go. It's the intelligence agencies that are the problem. It's these people that are on the inside that are a problem. It's these people that are bureaucrats that are a problem. And trust me, Donald Trump's administration is filled with the same sort of people. There is no draining the swamp, folks. The only way to drain the swamp is to catch these people in criminal activity and put them on blast, we the people. If we're waiting for them to save us, if we're waiting for them to come riding in on their white horse in their shining armor to save us and to save the children, we're going to be waiting a long time. These people want endless war. They want to pillage other countries. They want to make sure that you and I have nowhere near the same rights that they have. Just look at what Congress does. Just look at how the United States Congress acts. They pass all these laws that don't even apply to them. And then they run around and they scream from their ivory towers as if they're better than the rest of us. It is unacceptable that Bill and Hillary Clinton stayed at this man's ranch, and this is the first we're hearing about it. Is this everything that they had, that ABC supposedly had, that they squashed? Amy Robach said she had it all, right? She had Clinton, she had this, she had that, blah, blah, blah. And look, let me be very clear and upfront before we even proceed any further in this episode. I'm not saying that Bill and Hillary Clinton were there abusing people. I don't have that evidence, folks. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to make absurd claims that I have no evidence of. But what I will do is the same thing I did with Andrew. We're going to establish a pattern. We're going to establish a pattern of lies and holes in stories. And Bill Clinton has not been forthcoming. He has not been honest about his dealings with Jeffrey Epstein. And I don't think that anyone could dispute the fact that a man who has been on the flight logs 26, 27 times should face a bit of scrutiny. And once again, like I said, I'm not here to play politics, folks. If I was, I would have went scorched earth on Bill Clinton, this whole entire thing. I would have went scorched earth on Bill Richardson or all the Democrats that he donated to. But I'm not playing that game here. We're going to follow the evidence. We're going to follow the perpetrators that are the most important, and we're going to do the job that the media decided that they don't want to do. At least the American media, because I got to tell you what, I'm giving the English media a lot of props here because I don't think they have a dog in this fight. They really could care less. It looks like the Daily Mail is kind of where I'm at with scorched earth, and they don't care who gets caught up in it. If you're guilty and you were involved with Epstein and it's more than just a passing friendship or you guys hung out at a dinner or anything like that, then you know what? You're sort of you're on the radar. I got to tell you, you are on the radar. And if you have been named in those court documents, there is a lot more than just being on the radar for you. You better lawyer the bleep up. So without further ado, let's jump into this article. If you would like to contact me, you can do that at bobbycapucci@protonmail.com. That's BOBBYCAPUCCI at protonmail.com. I try to answer all of your emails as fast as I can. There are a lot of them, and like I always say, I'm a one-man operation here. So like right now, I'm recording from a place that is not my studio. So if there's some outside noise or a little bit of the audio is a little skewered or something, I do apologize. I think I'm in an airplane flight path as well. So let's jump into this article and see what's what. Daily Mail exclusive. Headline: Bill Clinton was Jeffrey Epstein's closest celebrity mate and a frequent guest at his New Mexico ranch with wife Hillary, staying at the pedophile's cowboy-themed village, say estate workers. Oh, that's nice. Did they have to dress as the village people? Did they run around and pretend they were playing cowboys and ranchers? There's nobody else no place else that Bill and Hillary Clinton couldn't stay in New Mexico. I don't understand. Bill and Hillary Clinton stayed at Jeffrey Epstein's notorious baby-making ranch almost every year after they left the White House, according to the disgraced financier's estate manager. Okay, so here you go, folks. Again, evidence is what we're looking for, right? Not hit pieces, not politicizing any of this nonsense. Look, Bill Clinton has said he's hung out 4 times or 5 times with Epstein. We know that is a lie. If you follow the Andrew story and you see the Bill Clinton narrative, they're very, very similar, folks. And I'm telling you right now, I know it's going to make some of the listeners here uncomfortable. I know that. And please, I know that some of you are very left-leaning. I've gotten the emails, and you're my people. Look, my problem is not with you. My problem is not with the socialists in this country or with people that are different, that have different beliefs than I do. My problem is with all of these different agencies, these embedded bureaucrats who have completely and utterly stolen our sovereignty as a people, not as a nation, but as a people. How long are we going to let them get away with it? And if we continue to protect people like Bill and Hillary Clinton because they have a D next to their name, well, I got to tell you, folks, we're in for big trouble down the pipe. And the same goes for a Republican. I implore you, if anyone has the dirt on Donald Trump hanging out with Epstein and going to his ranch to stay there, or there's pictures of them doing that, then I want them, and I will do a whole entire hour on it if we have the information. Because I'm telling you folks right now, I have vacated my echo chamber. I am willing to listen to anything from anybody at this point. I have zero faith in the system. Just look, Bill and Hillary Clinton, 2 of the top-notch politicians in the history of America, were hanging out with this pedophile just about every year after they left the White House. The former president was Epstein's closest celebrity mate, and the Clintons, along with daughter Chelsea, visited Zorro Ranch a whole bunch of times. A former contractor who ran the IT system at the property told Daily Mail TV in an exclusive interview. Okay, so now let's see if the media charges hard against them and digs for questions. You know, they sure wanted to run the headline that Donald Trump says he doesn't know Prince Andrew. Well, that's legit, right? But at least have some substance there. Don't just have a blurb of that headline and then make it seem like Donald Trump is trying to act like he's, not, he doesn't know Andrew and he's involved in the Epstein case. Just be honest. If you have evidence, let's see it. If you don't have evidence, shut up and cover the case. The family visited the 10,000-acre estate in New Mexico desert often, but never stayed in the main house. Instead, the Clinton family bunked down in a special cowboy-themed village created by Epstein, which is a mile south of his own luxury mountaintop villa. They'd use one of the 2 guest houses, which look like they're straight out of the 19th century. Oh, isn't that quaint? You know, we're such grifters that we're going to just say to hell with it. We don't want to spend any money to get our own place, so we're going to go stay with a pedophile. What a great look, Bill Clinton. What a great look, Hillary Clinton. Seen in exclusive Daily Mail TV images, those images will be in the description box. Click on the link and go and check those out. The guest homes are next to other traditional Wild West-style buildings, such as an old schoolhouse and saloon bar. An American flag is raised high above the village, which is next door to Epstein's private airstrip, where he arrived on his private planes, including his infamous Lolita Express. This is all according to security expert Jared Kellogg, who was brought in by long-standing ranch manager Bryce Gordon to improve security and set up a camera system at the main house and Cowboy Village. A camera system, huh? We keep hearing about the camera systems, folks. I wonder why they had so many camera systems set up. When contacted by DailyMail.com for comment, Bill Clinton's press office referred us to a statement released over the summer. The statement denied he had ever visited any of Epstein's residences, apart from once at Epstein's home in New York City. DailyMail.com reached out to Hillary Clinton's office for comment as well, which is a bald-faced lie because Virginia Roberts has said she saw him on the island. She didn't say he was engaged in any activity, and once again, I'm not making that claim, folks. I'm not playing games like the rest of these people. If I wanted to, I could go scorched earth on Bill Clinton right now. If the media got their hands on an article that had Donald Trump at the Zorro Ranch, what do you think the media would be doing with it? But that's not what we're doing here. We're not playing those games. All right? We want the facts. We want to know who was where, who was lying, and whose story is BS. And so far, folks, the parallels with President Clinton and Prince Andrew are uncanny. And what do I always say on this show? What do I think about coincidences, folks? I do not believe in coincidences. Kellogg said that at the time of his site walk of Epstein's property, he had barely any knowledge of Epstein's reputation. But he said Gordon spent most of the time boasting about the Clintons' frequent appearances at the estate. The ranch is one of several Epstein homes where underage girls were flown in from all around the world. The New York Times claimed the convicted pedophile confided in scientists that he planned to impregnate up to 20 women at a time at the ranch to improve the human race with his genes. And I can confirm that. And a lot of times, unfortunately, with the New York Times, I have to confirm their storytelling because they've been lying a lot lately and not doing what the gray lady should be doing. But I can confirm that they're actually, that is fact. He was very into transhumanism, and he was very, 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 very into this sort of thing. He also donated a lot of money to help that Sophia robot, the AI robot. I believe the guy's name's Gotzel or Gortzel, who created that robot. It's Hanson Electronics, but he donated a ton of money and was very close with those scientists. Kellogg said, "My contact was Bryce. Their main concern was that there was no video surveillance on the property at all. I thought this was a simple request as they wanted surveillance to protect their investment. It's a huge site. But what was weird was the whole time I was on site, Bryce would be bragging about how the Clintons would visit the whole family, not just Bill, but Bill, his wife, their kid, and they would stay on the ranch itself. He had built this Western replica village with a saloon, barn houses, old school house, and when you're walking through it, it feels like you're walking through the 1800s. His biggest concern was monitoring and covering the area, so my main focus was mounting cameras on poles to cover the driveways, walkways, the ins and outs of each house and facility. It was like Westworld. It's like they built a functioning movie set. They put a lot of thought and detail into it, the flooring and facilities in there. I was saying how cool the replica houses were. They're plenty neat like the 1800s. He said, yeah, they're built for guests. We get a lot of visitors. It's really cool. The Clintons come out and hang out with Epstein. It sounded like a normal summer vacation. Epstein and Bill were once friends, and in August, Daily Mail revealed the convicted pedophile even had a bizarre portrait of Bill wearing a dress hanging on the wall of his New York mansion. All right, listen to me for a second, folks, here, all right? Now, flip the script. Now, imagine this was at a politician that the media does not like. The legacy media. It could be Trump. It could be anyone that they don't like, okay? Now imagine all of this stuff comes out about this guy, and he's hanging out with a pedophile. How do you think the media would treat him, folks? Would he be treated with kid gloves, or would they be camped out of his house, at his house, waiting for the story, going crazy in the headlines? I mean, so what we have here is it's obvious what's going on. The media is trying to protect certain people, while at the other points they'd want to destroy people. So you have to ask yourself, what is true in the media and what's not true? Suspend all the politics. But why should the media be leading the march to destroy anyone or to prop anyone up and protect them? The picture depicted the former president apparently lounging on a chair in the Oval Office, wearing red heels and posing suggestively in a blue dress, redolent of Monica Lewinsky, and was in a room off the stairway of Epstein's Upper East Side townhouse, estimated to be worth $56 million. The dress is also strikingly similar to the one worn by Hillary Clinton at the 2009 Kennedy Center Honors. So all these pictures are in here. The flight log pictures will be in here as well, so you can check those out. You can, come to your own opinion, folks. Look, what I'm telling you here is my opinion, obviously. right? I'm telling you that this doesn't pass the sniff test, just like I told you it didn't. The Andrews stuff doesn't pass the sniff test, and I'm telling you that there's a lot here, and I'm telling you I'm going to uncover it. Bill has admitted on his own account he has visited Epstein's townhouse once, making it possible he could have seen the bizarre painting. He has also flown on the plane He has also flown on the now deceased financier's private plane dubbed the Lolita Express several times. Clinton has, however, denied being on Epstein's pedophile island, Little St. James, but one of Epstein's former sex slaves, Virginia Roberts, claims she saw Clinton on the island for a dinner held in his honor shortly after he left office, and stood by the claim when questioned under oath. All right, so here we go, folks. He's released a denial through his press office, same as Andrew did through Buckingham Palace. Oh, he's never been there. He has no idea. Same as Prince Andrew. And now, if you believe Virginia Roberts about Prince Andrew, you have to believe her about Bill Clinton. Over the summer, the former president's office said Bill had not known anything of Epstein's crimes and had taken 4 trips with him in 2002 and 2003, although flight logs showed that he had taken a total of at least 26 individual flights in the course of those years. Kellogg said he was stopped from going into certain areas of the estate, but did briefly go into an underground section of the main house. In November, a former contractor revealed to DailyMail.com that Epstein had built a secret basement strip club. My access was very controlled. During the site walk, it was dictated where I could and couldn't go. There were certain facilities I wasn't allowed to go in, which was odd, as they were boarded up and they looked like they could have big parties in them, but I didn't think much of it. They wanted to put very, very limited camera coverage on the main house itself. I was going to put up a couple of cameras on the exterior of the main entrance. At the main entrance, there's a downward slope at the back that goes into the basement. I was able to briefly go in. There was a long hallway to a big foyer, and there was a door, and that was about it. The 2 guest house I was not permitted to go into. Wow. Due to security reasons, I wasn't permitted to even put a camera location on the drawing that we would then have on our records. What is odd, that as a security professional, for me to give the best protection I can give a customer, I need the full layout of the land. I need to see the nooks and crannies, all the blind spots. They were limiting that access. The staff only lived in one house, as far as I was aware, which is the one nearest to the main gate. The saloon bar is in the center of the village. There's a bar area that looks like where they throw parties from my own observations. There's also a barn, hay storage, and they'd put tractors and other vehicles in it. Considering Epstein was a multimillionaire, Kellogg said Gordon wanted to do the security on the cheap. Instead of using an expensive, robust camera system, which used underground cables, he wanted a point-to-point wireless fluid mesh design, which means cameras are operating via antenna and is considerably cheaper. After Kellogg did an estimate and sent in a plan, he never heard back. He said they had this huge facility, but it felt like they didn't have the money to do anything. They were trying to find the most cost-effective way to transmit video footage, and we had to come up with point-to-point wireless fluid mesh design because normally we want to trench everything. It saves money as you don't have to build trench and put in a cable. What was odd to me was that I wasn't able to interact with Epstein. If it's your house, you have your concerns. The task had been delegated to Bryce. He seemed to be in charge of everything. I did my site walk, I did my estimate, I sent it in, and it basically fell on deaf ears, and there was no contact back to me. Wow. All right, folks, so here we go. It's the beginning of the Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Clinton relationship being put on blast, and we have eyewitnesses now. We have 2 witnesses now, as well as the flight logs. So now we have 3 pieces of key evidence that puts Bill Clinton not only on Little St. James, not only in the mansion, but now also at the Zorro Ranch. And not only Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. Will the media, who has access to these people, do their jobs now? Will they dig deeper? Will they ask them the tough questions? Are they willing to get on board and turn the predators into the prey? Or are they going to do what they usually do? And that is protect those that they feel can give them stories, that can give them leads, and people that are their political allies. because that's really what it comes down to, folks. When you pull back the curtain and you look at all of this tribalism has caused this country so much damage. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get drawn into it. I'm not even watching those stupid impeaching hearings or any of that nonsense. I do not care about any of it. It's all political theater. All I care about are all of these people who are involved in this. Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, Ghislaine Maxwell, Glenn Dubin, Les Wexner. All of these people need to go under oath. And that's just the end of it. And this is the beginning salvo of that, folks. Bill Clinton, you're up. You're now under the microscope. Hillary, you're under the microscope. All right, everybody, I will be back later on tonight with a daily drop, unless, of course, more news breaks, and I'll be back to bring it to you. Because like I say, the most important thing with this story is that we do it daily, that we're on top of these articles daily, that we continue to follow up on the things that they bring to the forefront. Because what happens is they run the story, and then there's no follow-up investigations in this case. They just leave you swinging in the wind. And that's where we come in, right? All of us content creators, we're filling in the gaps. We're doing the job that the media should be doing. Instead, they just give you a broad idea of what's going on, and then they move on to whatever sensationalism story they have next. But we're not going to let them get away with it. We're holding them accountable. All of us together are going to make media great again. All right? If you want to get in contact with me, you can do that at bobbycapucci@protonmail.com. That's BOBBYCAPUCCI@protonmail.com. And if you like our work and you want to help support the show and you want to help me produce more content, awesome. Go to the description box and click on that GoFundMe link and do your thing. If not, that's cool too. No worries, because really the most important thing that you have, the most important asset you have is your time, and you're already graciously giving that to me, and I couldn't be more thankful for all of the listeners out there who are tuning in, and people, the new listeners who are just getting started with us. Welcome to the show. All right, we're just getting started here, folks. I will be back later on tonight.